And we're live, and we're waiting for Kiwi. I don't know. He was supposed to be here. He'll be here shortly, I'm sure. He's probably caught in traffic out in the desolate roads out there. Jerry Franks, what's happening, man? How are you doing tonight? You're the only one. Oh my God. Maybe. Oh, there you go. Travis Moore, what's happening, brother? So yeah, Kiwi's back tonight. So we had Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage fill in last week for him. Kiwi had to have some like a procedure or something done of some sort, and he's back and he's good, but he's not here yet. He'll be here in a minute. Um, Russ Bucket Restos, what's happening? Cirque Dopesh, good evening. Andy, what's happening, brother? I haven't talked to you in a while. We got to catch up. Fubar, what's happening? Fubar, Uncle Kathy sent out the Christmas stuff today, so you guys should be eating good pretty soon. Bruce Kultgen, Dean Stevenson, what's happening, brother? Uncle Wrench, yeah. Let me adjust your carburetor. Yes, pipe wrench restorations. I love these things. Like they're the most primitive, like brutal, but they come in so handy. Nobody ever talks about the pipe wrench. I should do a whole video on like the creative uses for a pipe wrench in like auto repair. Crashes Roadrunner Garage. What's happening, man? Travis Moore, I drove my grandpa today around. It was a long day. I've been there. Scarlet Fire. In the last days, good would be called evil, and evil will be called good. Are we there yet? Oh yeah, we've been there since 1971. I know, it's crazy, right? Let's see. The formula, the Whippets are coming. Zero, what's happening, Zero? I said, Kathy sent out your lunch, your munchies today, so you guys should be getting that soon. The formula, I've never used a pipe wrench during auto repair. That sounds like a good video. There are times, I got a few of these different sizes and whatnot, and they're all like older than dirt. This one's a Stilson. Yeah, I got a few different sizes of these. I keep them hanging around, and you'd be surprised. Like, and I can't give you a specific time that you would use them, but trust me, when it comes up, it's like, oh, the only thing that'll work is a pipe wrench. Now, I don't suggest you adjust a barrel valve on your fueler with this or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying. Two hacks, what's happening? Hello, Tony. I picked up my front engine drag strip. Oh, nice. Oh, bro, send me. Oh, geez. I'm on a roll of philosophical videos lately. Okay, there you go, Jeff. I picked up my front engine dragster this month. Oh, you pick it up. I thought you picked it up already. Make sure you send me pictures of that when you get it. I was actually, believe it or not, you're talking about funny coincidences. This morning I was driving to work, and I was thinking about like dragsters, and like because the flexi flyers. I think we talked about flexi flyers. I love flexi flyers, and the reason that Gilmore started building those cars was because of Keith Black's method of tuning dragster frames with a hacksaw. Kiwi! Hey. It's Kiwi. He's here. He's real. I swear. All right. Okay, let me move this out of the way. So let me give him some space because he likes to sit like really next to me.
Hey guys.
Really close next to me. See, he's doing it right now. Yeah. What's going on, Kiwi?
Oh, another day.
How's your
Yeah, it's all good.
It looks good.
It's all good. I got a bit of a scar down there.
Nice. Chicks dig scars. Yeah. Yeah. And these things. These things. They love that. You just showed them this. You know what I mean? Just walk around and just show. Hey, you go like this to them, and they're like.
That was how you managed to pull Kathy back
in
the day.
Yeah, one of these. Exactly.
Right.
I just walked up to her. I was like, and she was like, oh. So yeah, trust me on this. Dating advice, guys. There you go.
Tony wouldn't lie to you.
No, never. Okay.
Joe K, Kiwi. Hey man.
All right.
Does Kiwi drink tap water? Sure.
Yeah. Well, how else would you replenish your precious body fluids?
Well, I guess you could use bottled water.
You ever seen that movie?
What movie?
Dr. Strangelove?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
The fruit, not the person. Yes.
Chris Freemasser. Hey, Matty. How you doing? Digital Dashman in person. You've been watching my videos. Good man.
Oh, you did one of them digital dashes?
Dakota Digital, yeah.
So gay. That's the gayest thing ever.
We've already been having this discussion on
I
the
know,
comments
but-
about you and how you wouldn't like it.
Well-
And sure enough, he doesn't like it.
I like it, but it's so gay, so gay. You want to see gauges? Hang on, let's show you gauge.
Anyway, now that he's gone, all right, what's been happening, guys? Kiwi beware, Tony was auditioning your replacement last week. Oh, really? Okay.
See that Kiwi? That's a proper gauge.
That is a proper gauge, yes.
That's something you want to put in a hot rod.
Yes. So it doesn't not what you call a high revving hot rod, but hey.
Well, I mean, you know, it goes around.
It goes around.
It'll spin around.
Zero, how you doing, bud? Thanks for the little plug there. Good man.
Zero's awesome for that.
James Matthew, Kiwi, that Mustang appeared to be a good one. It was a very good one. It was, yeah, it really was a bit of a unicorn, that one.
Which Mustang was that?
It was a blue one we had a look at probably a month ago.
Okay.
Just to see if it was any good or not. And it was.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, it was better than good. It was.
Is that the one you gate up with the digital dash?
No, that was a different one. Gate up.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble for that. I've had many friends that were way gay, and they laugh at stuff like that, so I don't worry about it.
You can be able to laugh at yourself a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Whatever your persuasion is.
Let's see. Travis Moore ate an old salad of sweet peppers, onions, and lettuce with tomatoes and ranch Doritos.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Welcome to Wednesday Night Tech Talk.
I like that. Well, this is what I'm saying.
On a tunnel ring. Okay.
Let's see. Let's just have quiet. Just let's not say anything. Let's see how long they hang around. There's 167 people. Let's just stare at this thing and see how long it takes for the number to drop.
Danny Boyd. I wouldn't want to lose the rally pack on that Mustang. No, he's definitely keeping it. But yeah, they're a cool little set of gauges. Those rally packs on the Mustangs that go either side of the column.
I know.
Yeah, they're not the easiest things to read though. To be fair, it's quite small for attack. One's a tack, one's a clock. So really, you don't need.
Well, honestly, now if it's a proper car, it's a proper car, and you're using it in its proper way,
right?
There is no way you're reading gauges. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lights are great. I've always liked idiot lights. People are like, "Oh, that's got idiot lights." Well, that idiot light is what you need when you're actually on it. You know what I'm saying? And you're focusing because you got to drive. You actually got to drive this car. That little blink of red in the corner of your eye is.
Yeah, makes a huge difference. He saved an engine in a rally car once many years ago.
Oh.
Had an oil pressure, had a big light on the dash, like it was a little stoplight like a trailer stoplight. So it was like 3 inches in diameter.
Lit up the whole car.
Oh yeah,
yep.
And we had like a 30-pound oil pressure warning light, so that once it dropped below 30, so when it was idling, the thing would be flickering.
Yeah.
But when you're actually racing, like when it came on, it was like, oh,
right,
time to stop, like now. And we lost oil pressure completely, and actually didn't hurt the engine because it shut it down quick enough with that huge light. It saved the engine.
Well, the light shut it down, or you shut it down?
No, I shut it down, but the light told me to shut it down. And yeah, once you saw that, you didn't kind of then look and check your gauges and try and see what was going on. It was like that was the oh shit light, and you turned it off and figured it out after that.
Danny Boyd, I don't like my gauges going through a computer between the sender and the gauge. Yeah, who would put their gauges to a freaking computer? Well, I guess everybody nowadays, right?
Well, it's
like a digital dash, kind of.
Like a digital dash.
Kind of like a digital dash.
It would appear to be a little polarizing. I mean, people seem to be enjoying the video, but yeah, there's definitely like, why would you do that?
Did you put glitter on it?
No.
Because let me tell you something,
no glitter.
You hit it with clear coat afterwards, and it's nice.
We perhaps should have given him a frilly pink key ring to go on his keys.
That's over the top.
That's over the top?
That's over the top. Yeah,
I
think you're stereotyping our homo whatever friends.
Kevin Harmon, I meant New Zealand. Sorry, I didn't see the previous comment, but I'm not sure what you're saying sorry for. I'm sure it'll scroll through again.
Hawk's Garage, what makes an HP2 car? Stepped out of a 66 Hemi Satellite in the 80s, had the emblems. Yeah, they actually mean nothing. It's what Plymouth put on there for, just to signify it was a Hemi. There's nothing really significant about the HP2 emblem. It was before they put those square the 426 Hemi emblems that like everybody knows from that 66, 67 era. Well, before they started using those emblems, they used that HP2 thing on it, and only the Plymouths, the Dodges, from the very beginning. The Coronet's got the 426 Hemi block letters on the front fender in front of the wheel. A lot of people think they all go behind the wheel, but they actually go in front of the wheel on a Coronet.
Oh, the Tyrant Gamer, having trouble getting your transmission cooler lines in it. Any tip? Yeah, they can be a bit of a bear to get in. I assume you're using steel, like the factory style steel lines. They went in back in when they were putting those cars together. They put them in before the engine and trans. That was all.
I'm trying to picture how they're routed on a 71 LTD.
Well, that's probably going to be like a 351 or a 390 or something.
Yeah, but how did they route them uniquely?
It wasn't unique,
Ford. Okay.
They come out the passenger side of the transmission, run forward, and kind of wrap around the starter motor and thread through, and they're quite long, and they actually bolt into the bottom of the radiator. So you've got a bunch of twists and turns, and getting them in with the engine and trans in place is a challenge. That is a challenge.
Everything on a Ford is a challenge. Literally every freaking thing is an obstacle.
So unfortunately, I haven't got any easy fixes for that one, other than you're probably going to have to unbend some of the bends, squeeze it in there, and then like rebend them in place. That's what I've had to do. But thanks for the super chat, man. I wish we'd give you a better answer.
You gave him the best answer you could, Kiwi.
Well, that's right. Now, what did we miss here? Is all pressure warnings come around
200,000?
LS all pressure warnings come around 200,000 K. Well,
it's not normal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris, oil light, idiot light, is that on at £5 on most vehicles? Yeah,
7.
Okay, 7. Yep. I was going to say, about 5. Kevin Harmon, Ford USA compared to New Zealand engines differ. Yeah, the Clevelands and stuff and the Ender series are different, subtly but different. Mexican spec, Chris, you need a winter hobby. Hey, Mexican spec too. Thanks for that advice on that car I was looking at. You wrote me quite a little novel there on what to look for and do. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. I haven't been able to nail that car down yet to purchase it.
Now, which car is that?
That's that Plymouth wagon, 59 Plymouth station wagon.
Oh, okay. I actually
trying to buy that, but the guys kind of got radio silent on me.
I had a girl here today picked up a 318 that I had, and she came for her boyfriend's car, and they're building a 51 Plymouth.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Cool, yeah. Yeah. Right, we've got to catch up with where we're at here. Beer Rose Garage. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's happening, man? Rob Morris, idiot lights are like the steam coming from under the hood. Speed Demon. Speed Demon! Well,
Jody, he's not talking to me. Oh, there we go, Kiwi. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Wait, you didn't say his name with the
Speed
same...
Demon with the same enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Speed Demon.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. There's a 393 stroker, a good engine for the 67 Mustang. 393 stroker. I'm not even familiar with that particular.
I don't know what that combination would be.
No.
What's the combination?
Yeah, talk to us about that, Jeffrey.
That's got to be based off a 351.
393, not really street friendly in the hot summer. Hot rod Monzas say.
Interesting. Is that based
one
off
of
a
those?
351?
Yeah, that could be that. The longest stroke. They make a 363 low deck small block Ford. That might be the tall deck version of the 363. At a guess. Hot rod saying 351. So that's just a stroked out 351 because I'm familiar with the 408 stroke version, but not the 393.
John Sabo, Tony, have you done anything with your new white Jeep? No, I just cleaned it up. I cleaned it up. But what I'm thinking about doing, I was thinking about this the other day, is when I get to the new shop, which will be the cleaning it out this weekend. So after this weekend, I'm going to start getting in there, cleaning up and moving stuff over. Once we're settled in there, I'm thinking about doing a live on that because it's just a head gasket. And I'm thinking about just setting up the camera and doing like a live marathon where we pull it apart and fix it. I'm thinking about it. I'm not committing to it yet, but that's the only thing. Everything else is ready to go, and we just got to do the head gasket. We're moving to a new shop.
Fox can fix it garage. He likes an idiot light for everything but the temp. Honestly, I like it for the temp as well, but combined with a gauge. I hear what you're saying. You're absolutely right about keeping your eye on the temperature. When you're really working the old girl hard, and if you're conscious enough to keep watching. But a lot of people don't, glance at their temperature gauge every 15 minutes, and typically they'll start overheating the moment you've had a look and look away. That's when they'll start overheating, and you've got a 15-minute window.
Well, that's the thing. Under most circumstances, how often are you looking at your temperature gauge? Like if you're just driving along, you're not suspecting anything is wrong.
Yeah, not very often.
Who the hell looks at their gauges? I don't look at my gauges. The only thing I look at is the gas gauge, and it's only when I know that it's like I'm getting close to like the quarter tank. You know what I mean? I'll start to look at the gas gauge.
Yeah.
Other than that, who pays attention to the freaking gauges? You're watching the road. You only look at the gauges when you suspect there's a problem. The idiot light lets you know, boom, there's a problem. Look at the gauge.
Yeah. A lot of the modern cars now, the more base model ones don't have things like temperature gauges. They just have a mode that the car some of them will throw a light, and others will just start slowing down. Like the computer just comes in and goes, "Oh no, we're not happy. We're going to slow down." My daughter's little Fiesta's like that.
And if you've got like a drag car kind of thing, what's the point? You know what I mean? It's
It's only an idiot light if you don't pay attention to it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Harmon, I got PTSD with my engine temp gauge. I've had that. We've all had that. John Silver, you two ready for some propane videos? I have none lined up in the moment, but I am going to get back on it relatively soon.
It's getting, Travis Moore, it's getting cold here. I think we're about 34 degrees tonight. It's getting cold. Tony, I don't need those stinking gauges. Nah. You just wait till you smell it.
There are times when you need gauges, and there are times that it's just like, what's the point,
Jay Hain, at least I liked your digital dash. Thank you, Jay.
Oh, you got people like that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, honestly, everybody's different,
I thought I only read about those people. I didn't think they were real, but that's cool.
I quite like that Dakota Digital. I like how interactive it is. Like you can set it up to do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So you can get it to give you warning lights, idiot lights, and you can program what temperature you want it to come on at, or what oil pressure you want it to come. The idiot light. It has an idiot light and a warning buzzer. So and you can set it up to. Tell you when to change your oil, when to, like there's lots of stuff you can do with it if that's your kind of thing to be a tech savvy.
So this is going to sound like gay. It would sound really gay, right? Look at that gauge.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to this gauge.
Yeah.
Look at how warm that gauge is.
Warm? Okay.
Okay. No, I mean that gauge has a personality. It's real. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I can't really, the digital gauges just feel cold. Like they don't feel mechanical. You know what I mean?
Well, these are digital. It's a Dakota Digital, but it's the analog style gauge, but it's driven, and then it has LED displays. It's electronic. It's not.
It's just, they're not warm. You look at it and it's just like, if it's I'll
tell you what, you can.
Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Is it just me? But
we knew you wouldn't like it, and that's okay.
You turn the ignition on, they'll go.
Yeah, it does.
It's like, why are you doing that? Nothing's happening, and you're going like this. No,
it's waving at you. Like, see, hello, Tony.
Look how warm that is. How you know what I mean? It's like it's analog like me. You know what I'm saying?
Now we might be getting down to the nuts and bolts of it. Tony's spectrum is showing. Mechanical gauges do have more charm to them, so says Corgi Connect.
Lopbone says yes, they have character.
Mechanical things are more relatable than digital.
Yes, yeah. See, look, all my people are lining up. They understand me. They get it.
Yep.
They get it. They're probably just as autistic as I am.
And look, I'm not arguing with them or you. It's just what people want. You know, the customer comes to me and they want to put $1,000 dashboard in. It's like, okay.
Well, sometimes the message is wrong. Well, you pinned the comment.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
How did I do that? I don't know.
This one over here, something at Yamaha.
A Yamaha.
Yeah, I don't know why we
unpinned music.
Nice. Good job, Kiwi.
Good job. I hope you can get Bear Rose Garage. I hope you can get that wagon, Kiwi, and work your magic on it. But if you want to go forward, come get this 59 Country Squire of mine. Do videos on it, and it's yours. Oh, really?
Where are you located?
I do like the 59 Fords are pretty cool.
Yeah, click that.
Oh. Uncle Tony needs to do wheelies on a 3-wheeler. Okay.
I've done that. I just saw a video a few days ago about the Quadzilla. It was like the most deadly quad of all time. And I actually ripped the tip of my finger off on a Quadzilla in my shop. Did I ever tell you about that one?
Maybe you did. It sounds familiar.
The customer brings me a Quadzilla, right?
It's fire it right across the workshop or something?
Shot it right through the back door of my shop, and my hand got caught between the doorway, the metal doorway, and it just ripped the tip of my finger off.
Ouch. Mexican speak. Did you at least ask him why he wanted to do it? No, buddy, I did not ask him why he wanted to do it. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a fan on. They're really easy to look at, to read. They're very clear. They're very accurate. I really do think it's an improvement, but obviously there's a bunch of you guys who don't, and that's all good. Brisbane Boards, electric or mechanical water pump? I'd stick with the mechanical water pump.
Yeah, it depends what you're doing. If you're thieving for the last 4 horsepower, then yeah, absolutely go electrical. But
on a street car, yeah. Race car, sure, electric, yeah. But for a street car, not so much. Well, you can. I mean, that Cobra that I worked on a year ago had an electric pump on it, which was about almost 25 years old, and it failed. So 25 years is a pretty good run.
It depends on what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So again, if you're really thieving for the last 4 or 5 horsepower, then by all means, run an electric fan or an electric water pump. But you're adding complication, and every time you add complication, you add another point of failure. There was a video I watched recently, right, about some guy who had built a burnout truck. Okay, and this thing had every device you could imagine. It was like NASA. Okay, no, seriously, it was like NASA, right? Computerized up the wazoo. Everything ran through the computer, and somewhere in this truck they had a panel that had little devices and circuit boards and relays and blah 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 blah. Well, make a long story short, a little moisture got into one of the relays. Shut everything the fuck down, right?
Yeah.
What's the point? You know what I mean? It's like, do you really need that kind of aggravation? Everything on that vehicle could have been hardwired with 2 or 3 toggle switches, and you never ever have that problem.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess we'd still be using old dial-up phones if we stuck to that mentality too much.
When it makes sense, it's good.
Right.
In other words, the technology that's here, okay, on our phones, allows us to do things that the old technology won't. So therefore, this is valid. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're going.
Right. So in other words, it's useful. So if it's useful, keep adding technology. But if it's just technology for technology's sake, then all you're doing is adding complications.
Yeah, that's fair. It's already Wednesday.
Did the burner car have a can opener?
Beer Rose. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, man. Yeah, drop a comment there somewhere and let's talk.
Who Bob Morris. Do I like steampunk? Not really. It's too contrived. I do like when people do crazy shit with old machinery. You know, I love hit and miss engines. There was a guy that put a hit and miss engine, a big ass hit and miss engine in a pickup truck. So it makes all of like 7 horsepower. It's like 4,000 cubic inches. It makes like 7 horsepower, but it runs the truck down the road. And the truck just lurches down the road. I love stuff like that, but because it's real. You know what I mean? Like the steampunk thing is just kind of contrived. Hot Rod Monza, after an EMP, my gauges will still work. That's right.
Dragon's Breath rat rods. Some rat rods are cool.
Have you seen my rat bike?
The one I walked past back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely ratty.
You like that, right?
Yeah.
You want that?
I watched the video.
I give it to you.
What am I going to do with it?
Ride it.
No.
What? Really?
No.
Okay.
No. I wouldn't be. I'm not. Me and motorbikes don't really get along.
It needs different kind of foods on it now.
Different kinds of what?
Foods.
Foods on
Yeah.
it? What do you mean
We're gonna
food?
decorate it with food. Yeah. Pizza, maybe some nachos. I know it's gonna be cool.
Zolly's Auto Clinic. Kiwi, have you done anything interesting restorations with Panther platform Fords? No, I have not. No, that would be cool though.
You haven't put any digital dashes in?
No digital dashes. No, haven't even had my button one. So. Are we back at Wednesday night? We are back at Wednesday night.
Tavo just popped in there.
Kiwi's back. Yes, you're right. Oh, Tavo, how you doing, man? You looking after Australia for us?
104 Speed Shop. Tony, why are you not getting a ramp truck? I had ramp truck. I had a 69 Ford ramp truck that I used for a while, way back when. They're cool. I like them, but I also like the versatility of being able to detach the trailer and you know what I mean?
Tony, did you ever have any interest in the turbine car?
I messaged Jay Leno's garage. I guess it was oh God. Oh no, I actually talked to somebody at Jay Leno's garage. I guess it was maybe a month ago, because I had seen that they did a video on their turbine car. And what I want to see on the turbine car is the underpinnings. So in other words, like there's no like if you want to see what the turbine engine looks like inside and out, because now they've taken these things apart and dissected them and all that. So that's no mystery. I want to know what is under the car. I want to know what that car was made off of, what the platform, because they could not have built the entire unibody and everything, constructed the car for such a low volume thing. It had to be adapted from other cars. I want to know what it's adapted from. Is it an A body? Is it a B body? What parts are interchangeable with the so that's what I want to see. Like I asked the person at Jay Leno's garage, I says, can you get under the car and just shoot the undercarriage of the car? I can identify this stuff like real quick. And they're like, well, the car's in a place now. We can't video. We can't do this. Can't do that. You know, I don't know, all kinds of crazy secrecy and shit. So, but yeah, I want to know what unibody platform they built that car off of and what's interchangeable with a standard production car.
So, what transmission did they use on those turbines?
A torque flight.
Really?
Yeah. If you look at the pictures of the assembly.
What about the RPM? Because the turbines like spin hard, don't they?
I have no idea how they work that out. But here, talk to them on your picture.
There you go. Right. He's looking after the whole hemisphere, Kiwi. Oh, really? Okay. Chris Freeman. So, Tony, would you fly to California to look at Jay's?
No.
No.
No, I don't fly.
All right. That's not what we want. Hang on. Jim Betts, turbine car wash Polara, I believe. I'm not sure what that is.
No, I thought so too. And that's what made me think of it. Okay, because the turbine car appears very large, but it's not. It's actually about the size of a dart. So, because when you look at the scale, I mean, I've never seen one in person, but when you look at the scale of the car next to a person, or like a full-size person driving it, it's A body size. It's not C body size. Oh, here.
Monk from Philly. Hey, buddy, how you doing? It's hanging good, and my health is pretty good on the mend. So back to work on full duties next week. So
this is very interesting. So I'll show you guys in a second. See, it's a torque flight, but there's no converter. It's like the main body of it bolts directly to the back of the engine.
Yeah, how should they make that work?
I have no idea, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want to know about. Can you guys see that? It's a little blurry. There you go. So you see, it's a regular. It's a 727, okay, but it has no bell housing on it. Instead of a bell housing, it attaches directly to the back of the turbine engine. So I don't know what they did for a converter. There has to be some sort of converter in there. I know it wasn't a clutch. So it's definitely interesting setup.
Dean Stevenson saying that it's a coil spring front suspension in that turbine car, not torsion bar. Would that have been a heavy engine, that turbine? Probably not, would it?
No.
So
I don't recognize that upper control arm or the frame stub. So that looks like it was all fabricated specifically for the purpose. You know, the wheel too, if you look at the wheel, that's not a Chrysler wheel. I don't know what kind of wheel that is. That's a crazy car. It's a very interesting thing, and like nobody's ever really gotten into that aspect of it, the nuts and bolts of the turbine cars.
Barracuda. Yeah, no, you're right. They were a gear drive. The camshaft was a gear drive with the fiber gear to keep it quiet, and you know the wear rate was still pretty okay. You know, with good oil changes and stuff like that. So yeah. Danny Boyd, no Toronado rear axle under the turbine, I hope.
No. Okay, so let me go back to this picture. Okay, hang on. It won't stay big. All right. Well, okay, so look at the back axle of the car. See the rear axle? Okay, so it's a regular leaf spring. It's blurry, and you see I can't get you a clear shot. But if you Google this picture and you look at it, that's definitely a 1964 Chrysler drum with the Woodruff key axle. 63, 64. So they use it. It looks like it's a mixed bag. It's a mixture of different stuff. Some of it is home brewed, fabricated specifically for the application, and other is just bolted together. Oh, here's a better shot.
Mexican Specs saying Steve Lato wrote a book on the turbine car.
Okay, so here's another picture of the transmission, but this one is different than the first one. This one has like a cast-in bell housing. See?
Yeah.
The main body isn't bolted to it. It has
so what's that like little flywheel deal up above it? Well, flywheel's the right term, but
that might be an accessory drive of some sort.
Yeah.
That could be how they drove the accessories.
It's certainly not something I'm familiar with looking at. It makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah. So this is that's just a regular Chrysler bolt pattern on the back of that thing.
Hey, Vancouver Aquatics.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The wiring under my dash is a mess. What to do?
Fix it.
Yeah. Well, you've really got two options. Depends a little bit what sort of car you've got. But if it's something relatively mainstream classic car, then you can buy like a replacement harness for it, and they're usually broken up into dash, engine bay, rear type of thing. And those are pretty simple to install because they just plug back into the same spots that as what you've got in there. You don't have to rewire anything. Your other alternative is to tear it all out and put in an aftermarket harness. And you only really need to do that if you're doing a bunch of upgrades, like putting in power this and power that, and you need a bunch more circuits to run electric fuel pumps and electric power steering or electric windows, door locks, the list goes on. But if it's going back fairly stock, I'd be tempted just to buy a reproduction harness.
He's right. When I get my hands on something like that, what I usually do to assess, do I have to rewire this thing? Do I have to change the harnesses? The simplest thing is just remove all of the fuckery. You know what I mean? You're going to have wires spliced in and jumped in, and somebody stuck a radio in there, and there's wires going from this, and somebody put a radar detector, and there's wires going from like this. So the first thing you do is just start systematically eliminating anything that the factory didn't put in there. And then when you're done, and then of course you have your workarounds. So you're going to have factory wires that are spliced and a switch put in here and put in there. Just systematically eliminate and remove everything that isn't from the factory. Then reconnect any of the factory connections that were spliced or whatever. Then you can troubleshoot and figure out exactly what went wrong. Because you got a lot of times, especially funnies on these old Mopars, right? You're going to find like all kinds of insanity around the light system, around for the turn signals, the brake lights, and a lot of people be jumping wires out and putting switches and shit like that because the turn signal switch goes bad. And if you don't really know this electrical systems on those cars, you think it's a short in the wiring, so I have to wire around it. And typically you'll find it's a very simple problem that people weren't able to solve, so they create a rat's nest. So the first step is to start eliminating the rat's nest. One circuit, one wire, one thing at a time until all you're left with is just what the factory put there. And then you assess whether or not you go where Kiwi is saying that you just replace everything or fix what you got.
Yep. What the heck did I do?
Oh my God, Kiwi, what are you doing? We can't operate like this. And if it's doing this crazy stuff.
I don't know what I did.
Wait, we've got to try to get you back. What's that?
I have no idea.
You just accessed the dark web.
I think I did.
All right, hang on. Oh, Kiwi.
Is yours a touch screen or not?
Guys, you have to.
Now you've done it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh geez, I made it. Oh, I made it a lot worse. I went from the fire into the frying pan. From the frying pan into the fire.
This is the second time we've done this.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
What the fuck is that?
Relaunch an update.
What? We just X out of that?
Yeah, X out of that. See what happens.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Wait. Now we can go back to the live.
Go live.
Go live. Is that us? No. Oh jeez. Oh, Kathy's calling. Hang on.
What the fuck did you do?
Hello? Kat? Yeah, you called. You can see me, but we can't see anything.
Bear with us, guys. We're figuring this out. You can see us.
Okay. All right. Kiwi's got those fat fingers, and he screwed us up. He hit a button, he hit something, and then it went to some crazy screen.
You hit another one, so it was a joint venture.
It was the dark web. I'm terrified now. Okay. Yeah.
The FBI will be breaking the door down shortly.
Yeah. So then he frantically started screwing up things over here, and now we have nothing. And now we're talking, and everybody can see us, but we can't see them. Connect to streaming. Escape. Hit escape. Escape. What? Okay. I hit escape.
No,
that's not working. There's only one tab open. Yeah, guys, Kathy is she's the brains behind all of this. I look at the camera and words fall out of my mouth. Kathy actually runs all of this stuff. No, all I see is the Google homepage now. I know we're on. All right, you know what? Hit the back button. I did hit the back button. Wait. Backspace? No, that's just backspace. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'm back to the content. All right, wait. I tell you what, I can do this off my phone. The bottom of the. I think so. Yes. Go ahead. Facebook Marketplace channels comment. Okay. No, that's not it.
Not that.
All right. So we'll do this off. We'll do this off my phone. I can do this off my phone. All right.
Wednesday
hang on.
night TikTok.
Yeah, I can watch
For the
us on the. Oh, this is gonna be
technically
great. Okay, hang on. Like, hang up with me. All right, bye. Yes. All right. So here's what you do. Right. You get your phone.
I get my phone.
Okay. Go to my channel.
Your channel.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. YouTube. Okay, so there you go. We're on. All right, so we're just gonna have to do it off of our phones.
Huh.
All right, so we're just gonna have to do it off of our phones.
Just a few seconds delay.
All right, so we're just gonna have to do it off of our phones.
Just a few seconds delay.
All right, so we're just gonna have to do it off of our phones.
Just a few seconds delay.
Oh, I gotta sit through these freaking commercials. How do
That suits you right for putting all the commercials in.
How did you get on without the commercial? You got an ad blocker?
Yeah, I paid the extra money and don't have to watch ads.
All right. Okay, so there we go. Now we can't. All right, wait. So yeah, let's do this.
Volume off on your phones. Yes, I put the volume off on my phone, so that definitely helps.
Okay. Now I can look at the. All right. So, is there an echo in here? There was for a minute. We got that covered.
Tony is in panic mode. Yeah, well, a little bit, yeah.
Well, live broadcasting. I mean, this stuff happens. But at least look, we got everything going.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a delay.
Yep.
Do we have the same delay? Here, make a yeah. Put your phone there.
Put my phone there.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, boss.
Let's see what happens. Let's go
Yes,
like this.
boss.
Look.
Oh, I'm just slightly.
Oh wow!
That's
Yeah.
the story of my life. I'm just that little bit behind you.
You're a little bit behind.
Always
Just a little bit.
behind. Yeah.
So all right.
Yeah, the comments are tiny. You got to get like 2 inches away to read them.
Well, think about that next time you start playing with the buttons.
You goosed real good. Yeah, we did. You're right.
Okay. You guys are going to open up a matrix. We did.
Mexican
Clearly.
Good luck at end of time. Yeah, we're screwed. We're royally screwed. Kiwi Customs and fat fingers. Yep.
All right. Let's see. Put on 2 pairs of reading glasses. What is that going to do? That'll really rip open a matrix. Yeah, we can't.
Goose is cooked. Well, yeah.
Does your propane setup handle hydrogen? Not so if you cut. No, I'm going to do a video on hydrogen, but no, the propane setup doesn't, or at least the way we've got it set up. Which car, Pat? Which car will you drive to Jay's house? Bottle Rocket? Jay who? Do I know anybody named Jay?
All right.
Oh, Jay Leno. No. I'm not going out to California. And I wouldn't want to drive that car more than, let's say, 1,000 feet.
Somebody said you should do a live, like on the plane, and then like people would you'd have just massive subscribership and people would be viral.
The first
Tony having a meltdown on the plane.
No, the very first problem with the plane is that I can't smoke on there, and if I can't smoke there, I don't go there. You know what I mean? I make certain exceptions, like for restaurants and stuff. Okay, I can't smoke in a restaurant, but usually halfway through, I'll get up. I'll be right back, and I go outside. And I have a couple of hits, but I am not going to sit in a middle tube, flying through the air at like 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet off the ground, and not be chain smoking. There's just no way that's going to happen.
Ryan says he loves that the 2 guys fumbling with technology is titled Tech Talk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It doesn't say we know tech. It just says tech talk.
Tech talk, exactly.
So we can talk about how we don't know what the hell we're doing. Yes. Chris Freeman says, see, Tony, if you weren't so down on digital stuff, you'd be able to fix your own computer.
Well, yeah. Did you just...
No, I didn't. No, that was a shadow.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't know who that was.
Let's see. You want to be Tony on a lean burn distributor? How many degrees between the 2 pickups? I do not know. I don't know. And somebody just asked me what the difference was in degrees from the big block position on the wheel there and the small block position, and I don't know that either.
Lowest tier garage, any regrets on scrapping your previous 69 Charger? That story was incredible. Sounds like a ridiculous question, and I mean no disrespect, but I'm genuinely curious to hear your response.
No, I don't regret anything that I've done. Because everything I've done, like it, good, bad, or otherwise, it was a learning experience. It was it, everything fits together. You know what I mean? Like life is a puzzle, and all of the things you do through your life all kind of fit together. So you make mistakes, and you have successes, you have failures, but I don't regret any of them because you learn from your mistakes. You learn from So no, I don't regret it. I honestly don't regret anything. But specifically about that car, no, not at all.
So Stray Bullet wants to know if you drive a Hellcat to California.
Nah.
You would say that. Yeah, you drive your Charger before you 67 before you drive a Hellcat, wouldn't you?
I would drive the 67. Yeah, that would be fun because on a road trip I like to bond with whatever I'm driving.
Right.
You can't bond with a Hellcat. How do you bond with a modern car? They're sterile, like the digital gauges.
Here we go again.
It's sterile. I can bond with this thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, just get some race tape. Get your Hellcat and just race tape this like to the dash and just pretend it's working. You'll be fine. We'll put a little 9-volt battery on it. We'll see if we can make it like stand up and do 4,000 RPM or something.
Like 10 years ago, right? I wanted so Harley Davidson's. I'm a Sportster lover. I love Sportsters, right? And they always had the engines rigid mounted.
Right.
Okay. So they vibrate. And around 2005, they rubber mounted the engine. So I was like, oh, that's gotta be bitching. You know what I mean? A rubber mounted Harley, right? So I went out and I bought one. And I rode it, I remember the first week or two I rode the thing, and it was like, this is amazing. This is like, oh my God, there's no vibration, it's smooth, right? And then I realized this bike has no soul. When they took out the vibration, they took out the bike's personality.
Really?
Yeah, and then from that point forward, I actually, the previous time, it's like, this thing's like I'm driving a paint shaker, right? But then after I rode the smooth one, I had a whole different appreciation for the vibrations that come with the old one. And I never looked, I got rid of the rubber mount, and so now I draw my line at rubber mount, solid mount Harleys. That's all I want.
Well, I mean, I think anybody driving a classic car really has to love the shortfalls, the shortcomings. You have to love the things that the modern cars don't do anymore.
They have personality. Yeah. They each have a personality. Right. They're different.
They don't handle that well, so you work with that. And they don't stop that well, so you work with that.
Take 3 different Mustangs, okay, that are the same year with the same engine, the same everything, okay, and those 3 cars will each. Oh, what's this commercial during it?
Yeah, well, you're on the poverty pack setup.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
You got to watch adverts.
Yeah, I got to watch a Tractor Supply commercial during my own live. This is crazy.
Right. We're coming to you live on my phone, so it's all good, guys. It's all good.
I'm gonna skip ad. I get paid for it anyway. It's okay. So take 3 1966 Mustangs, 3 289 66 Mustangs. All 3 of them are automatics. Okay. Yep. They'll each, after you spend just a little while, a few hours with each one, you'll find that each one has its own distinct personality.
Oh yeah,
and some you won't like, and some you'll bond with. And that's one of the things people don't understand. Like, why do I have the particular cars that I have, right? Instead of like a different model, it's because the cars that I choose to keep have that thing that says, like I can't explain it. It's impossible. It's an intangible. They have that personality that I get along with. You know what I mean? So like I'll pick up a car and I'll drive it a little bit, or and it's like, I know I'm feeling this car, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a desirable car, but if I don't feel anything coming from the car, I'm like, I can't, and it goes. My 73 Roadrunner is a perfect example of that. I hate 73 Roadrunners. I really do. I dislike them. I don't like I don't like anything about the car. I think like they took the 71, 72, which was beautiful, and they just mucked it all up in the 73, 74. But I've kept that 73 because it has the personality. Like I get in that car and it sounds just right. It feels just right. It talks to me and it says, keep me, play with me. And I love the car because of it. Even though I hate it, I love it.
There you go.
I've just been rambling on. And nobody knows what I'm talking about because I am insane. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We have a super chat. We missed a super chat.
We missed a super chat? That was because you were rambling. Or it could have been that we fat fingered the screen and screwed it up.
Okay. So, all right, guys. Brian Lewis. Thank you, sir. Getting ready to change my valve covers on a 305 small block. Is pretty old. Anything else I should check or do while I have them off? Yes. There's going to be a baffle, right? So if you look where your PCV valve is, there's going to be a baffle above that keeps oil from splashing in there. That gets all carboned up in there. Like get that chunky, oil. Make sure you clean that out, right? Pull the PCV valve out and get and just whatever method you're using to clean it with. If you hit it with some brake clean or whatever you're using, but make sure that shelf, the baffle that's below the PCV valve, make sure that's clear. Because what'll happen is it'll build up like a little wall, okay? And oil will gather in there and get sucked through a lot of times you get a car that like smokes under certain circumstances. And a lot of times it's just oil not being able to drain away from the baffle under the PCV valve. Was that a good answer?
That's a good answer.
Did
You covered it. What's that?
Did I win the internet?
Did you win the internet?
Did I make up for the psycho babbling about?
Yeah. Well, you're most of the way there.
Okay.
You need to kind of stay focused a little, just for a little bit longer, and you'll be fine.
Am I still moving, Tony? Yeah. I can move everything, arms, legs. I've been asked that by many ambulance crews.
Did Dodge Garage? Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Oh, right. He took your place last week.
Oh, did he?
And you didn't even watch, right? You were jealous. You were like, I'm not going to watch.
I was, not really.
You didn't care.
At that moment, no. I had enough painkillers on board to really not give a shit. Yeah.
That's important.
So last Wednesday wasn't big for me. So he came in.
No, we did it. We
did
it via StreamYard.
Okay.
Okay. Now it's frozen on mine, but look, you have the blue button. You've always got the blue button. Good. You didn't send your phone into orbit.
It's the dark web.
We saw things
we shouldn't have seen. Speed Demon likes to go raw. Well, okay. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay, see, mine is frozen. Mine's not adding anything. So I guess we got to do it off of yours.
You just have to watch my phone.
Yeah.
Push Control Alt Delete. On a Megatizer, I wouldn't rely on Kiwi. What do you mean?
John M says Jamie did the stream and didn't touch any buttons. That's right. We were on for 2 full hours and he didn't crash us once. This isn't the first time you've done stuff
it's
like this.
It's not the first time I've done that. No. But you're the one who's always telling me to push the blue button. I just miscued. That's all.
But unless you push the blue button, we don't get any new comments.
Well, I know. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to put you in charge of the blue button.
The blue button's on your side.
Well, maybe we have to change seats.
Then I can
get the highest score.
But I'm autistic and I can't handle change like that. It would take me weeks to adapt.
Oh, God. Oh, well. Well, in a year, we've only screwed it up twice, so it's not too bad. Brian Lewis, thanks for the super chat. When is the last time you rebooted that sucker?
I don't think the sucker's been rebooted. I don't even know where I put the sucker anymore. What's the sucker? I don't know. It's
gone. The blue button is for non-ethanol unleaded.
Chris Freeman said UTG Industries needs an ID department. Yeah, it's called Uncle Kathy.
Well, yeah.
I deliberately stay ignorant of all of this stuff. I told you, the editing. Kathy, she does the editing. She does it on Premiere Pro.
Oh yeah.
And I have sat there just exactly as far as you and I are sitting,
Right.
and watched her edit over 1,000 videos. I have no idea how she does it.
It's just magic.
I sit there and I watch her go through the step every time, and usually there's like 5, 6, 7 edits on each video.
Right.
So I watch her make. So let's round numbers, right? If it's been 1,000 videos and there's 5 edits per video, okay,
5,000.
a minimum. I've watched her go through the motions of 5,000 times. I have no idea how it's done.
He's a quick learner.
Hot Rod Monza, jet
Johnny,
fuel is kerosene.
Johnny, I work in IT. I hate computers and love carburetors. There you go. You may be in the wrong calling there, brother.
Now I wonder why mine isn't working.
I don't know. I'm just watching mine, so yeah, it doesn't. I don't really care about your phone. Auto Impulse, are you still racing Dr. Art, or did he reconsider going up against an old timer who's been there, done that?
So what was that now?
Are you still racing Dr. Art, or did he reconsider going up against an old timer who's been there, done that?
Well, we're supposed to race his electric death cart against my death scooter, my little 200 swap 100. I'm just waiting for him to straighten it out. He had some gearing issues. He changed the gearing on it. Then after he changed the gearing on it, it ripped all the mounts out, which means it's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus! What is going on with my phone? Now I've lost. Oh jeez.
Mexican Spec says at least Kathy doesn't make fun of you on each video like his wife editor does on his videos.
Well, at least when I work with Kathy, I don't have to keep moving over to the side like this. He does that. He does that.
I'll move it over this way so I don't have to
now
slip quite as far over to you.
See it. All right. No, okay, wait. I'm going to close mine and see if I can get the chat going. This is ridiculous. What did you do now?
Nothing. It's just another thing for the YouTube video.
No.
What the heck are you doing? That's one of your efforts.
You just did that.
No, I did not.
Okay, hang on. Let me close this. Okay, and reopen it. Play. Okay. And I got to watch more commercials. This is crazy.
You'll think twice before hitting that button again when you're going into the live.
I got paid for it.
Oh yeah.
And every time you
sit there bitching, you get 3 cents for watching 3 minutes worth of video.
Hey, it adds up, bro. It adds up.
It adds up. Stray Bullet, Kiwi needs his screen time. Yes, that's right.
Feel the burn, Tony. How can we reach you via email? You cannot. I don't answer. I deliberately do not even look at emails. I have no idea. I don't even know what the email. I swear to God. I have no idea what the password is even to get into the email account. What is going on the TV? There was a fire going on.
It's an advert for a fireman or something.
Jesus. Now look, you just opened another. Who is Linda Napolitano?
Where?
Kiwi, I don't know what you're doing, bro. But look, the tab is open. It says Linda Napolitano.
Oh, that's. I mean, you've ended up you're not on your channel, your video.
Oh, you did that.
I did that? Now it's come back. Look, we're on this again now.
All right.
I think it's your phone leaning on the screen.
So as I was saying, I don't even have a clue what the password is to the email account. I remain deliberately ignorant of that, so I don't know how it is. I only answer text messages on my phone when I know the person is getting a hold of me. I don't look at Facebook messages. I don't look at anything ever. I don't look at any of it. And I skim through the comments real quick on the videos. So if you want to get a hold of me, we do 2 lives a week. We do every Wednesday night with Kiwi, and we do every Sunday night at the house with Uncle Cat. So that's how you get a hold of me.
Justin Billington, he loves these Wednesday night lives. Well, I mean, it's like Laurel and Hardy, really, isn't it? Like, I'm just not sure which one's which, but hey.
Laurel and Hardy.
That's going back a while, isn't it?
I thought it was like more like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Oh my God,
Ginger.
you'd be Ginger, right?
No, you'd be the ginger.
I'm married to a ginger.
Look how dark I am. I
I'm
can't
not
be
a
a ginger. I'm slightly off-white.
That's the dirt.
Yeah, there is a lot of it. Let's see.
Mike Ian says, might be a good idea to clean your Pornhub history before doing lives.
Oh, jeez.
Could be some truth to that.
Not for me.
Oh, he's too old for that stuff.
Let's see. Tony, will you run as Canadian Prime Minister? Yes, on the surprise party ticket.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Nobody would be more surprised than us. Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm going for. So I'm waiting to be accepted into into my dog club,
Right.
the Murfreesboro Obedience Club. The dog
Right.
training.
Are they doing a background check on you?
Well,
Well,
you have to
screwed.
pay the money, and you have to come to the meetings, and you have to volunteer. You put your 10 hours in, right? So I've done that now. So I'm waiting to be voted in at the next meeting, which I think is tomorrow, and then I'm going to become warlord. Yes.
What?
I'm going to run as warlord of my local dog club.
Warlord.
Warlord.
What the hell is a warlord?
You'll find out.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Remember that Haku thing that you showed me last time?
That what thing?
The Haku.
Oh, the haka.
Haka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to incorporate that into every dog club meeting.
Oh, there you go.
And run as the warlord.
The warlord. Yeah. Sounds like a good ticket.
I think every dog club needs a warlord.
Well, the guy's chatting a lot about Abgas.
Let's see. And Fubar just put up a link to our merch. Thank you, Fubar.
Thank you, Fubar.
So, yeah.
Where's Ari tonight? I haven't seen Ari on tonight.
Where's your merch?
Under development.
Oh, this has been months now. You're developing merch.
I got too much to do.
Dude, these people need your stuff. They need your shirts and your hats.
You're right.
They love you, Kiwi. And by you not offering them stuff that they can,
it's been just mean.
You're insulting them. You're taking these people and you're saying your love means nothing to me. That's what's happening. Every time you don't have merch, that's what you're doing. Am I right? Your love means nothing to me.
Really laying their guilt trip down.
Somebody's got to do it, Kiwi.
Well, yeah.
Uh-oh, my live chat has. Oh, there we go.
Uncle Bandus, we need hand woven by Kiwi socks.
That would be nice. That would be really nice.
Chris Freeman was hoping to get a T-shirt. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but maybe 2024 will be the big year. We'll get this thing cranked up. Raining slant 6 with a chance of cannonballs. Kiwi, did Tony already give you the evil eye for putting the Dakota Digital dash in the Mustang? Better tell him the customer demanded it at gunpoint.
We talked about it.
We have talked about it. Yeah,
we talked about the.
I think I lost
the level of gayness involved.
There seemed to be a lot of pushback on the old Dakota Digital. But hey.
So okay, let's take a poll. Do you guys think that Kiwi should just leave the digital dash in the car and just go ahead with life and pretend it never happened? Or do you think he should go back to the shop right now and rip that stuff out and stick a bunch of good old school analog gauges? I'll even give you this one. That's a nice tack, bro.
That's a nice tack.
No, it really is.
It is.
Right? And it works.
Yeah?
Yeah. Should he go back to the shop and rip that stuff, that Jetsons weird LBGQ gauge cluster out of the car? Or just leave it alone. Let's see what they say.
Let's see what they say.
Pat says yes.
Jump it, rip it out. Analog. Tony is a saying. Old school. Rip it out.
Put the rally pack. Yep. Rip them out now. Rip that stuff out. Yeah, you go.
Yeah,
Dakota does make analog. Okay, that's true. That's true.
I don't think we're going to need a recount on this. It seems fairly clear.
Oh yeah. Look.
It's
tear it out, start over.
Does anybody support me?
No, dude, they don't. They don't. They're just supporting you. I say we go. Hey, now what do you say we go to his shop right now
Right now?
and rip the shit out of the car alive?
Fortunately, the car's not at the shop anymore. It's already been delivered. So
You know how epic that
lucky
would
for
be?
me.
Just go to his shop.
Probably would go viral. Yes, yes. Probably be my best video ever.
All right, I tried, guys.
from
I'm
the
on your
customer.
side. I'm, you know. Oh, Olive is on your side. I will support Kiwi doing what he wants. I would choose analog. So she's so sweet about that. She's like, I like analog, but I support you for wherever.
Thank you, Olive.
Olive is such a sweetheart. Let's see.
The car is being sent to San Francisco.
Right. They're using it in their parade.
Oh, dear me.
Andrew Button would go viral. I know, I tried. Dude, we could have just bought him a new car with what that video would have made.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. Tony just wants to go to Kiwi's shop so he can dig through the trash.
South Farmington, my 9-month-old has a UTG sticker on her little car. That is awesome. What's her name?
That is awesome.
That is. You know, I tell you, the psychic pay that's involved in doing this stuff is off the chain. When you see little stuff like that,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like you can't put a price on that.
No,
you can't put a price on that.
Pretty cool. And somebody asked if the GPS speedos were any good. Yes, they are. They are very accurate. They're a great idea.
I will often refer to the GPS speedo on my phone.
Yeah, staggeringly accurate. It really is.
Okay, Uncle
Smitty Wood, was that a 426 Hemi or the 332 in your Charger? 332?
331, you're thinking. No, it's 426. American Rooster, stock 426 versus 440. Which one in identical cars would be fastest from back in the day? You can actually go back and find a lot of comparison tests on that exact thing. And I think I don't remember the magazine it was, but they took two Charger 500s. But this is when they were brand new. They took two Charger 500s. They had three Charger 500s. One of them got stolen during the course of the test. Right now, this might have been Motor Trend. I don't think it was Car Life, but there you can find several old road tests where they did exactly that. They compared the 440 to the 426 Hemi back to back in the same car. Now, having dealt with both numerous times over the course of my life, I could tell you for certain that in street trim, okay, like, and that means like through a full exhaust with a stock cam and you know, like a street engine that you're driving, the only advantage the 426 Hemi had over the 440 was the lack of carburation, because 440s were always undercarbureted and the 426 Hemi is just slightly overcarbureted for that application. You put the same intake manifold with the same carburetors on a 440. Well, you couldn't put the same intake manifold because they bolt differently, but use an equivalent dual plane, dual quad manifold with the same 6 1/4 AFBs that they used on the 426 Hemi on a 440, and the 440 will run away and hide from the 426 Hemi in a quarter-mile race.
Really?
Yes.
So what's all that hype about the 420? Why is the Hemi so beloved?
When you uncork it, all right, and you use it in a race application, so it's cammed and everything is set up to run in that 6,000 RPM plus range. That's where it makes power. But from like 2,000 RPM to 6,000 RPM, no, 440s. Way stronger, way more fun, more responsive.
Smaller valves and ports?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, the velocity is there.
Yeah.
You know?
Gives you that mid-range.
I've had people argue with me about velocity. And they're like, velocity doesn't make any difference. And you're like, no, fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
At 3,000, 4,000 RPM, velocity means a lot. Yeah. I don't care what the papers say. You feel it in the seat of your pants.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you need that velocity to help mix the gases and turn those drops of fuel into vapor.
And fill the chamber.
Yeah.
Especially if you're dealing with a street type cam that doesn't have a lot of overlap, and a street type exhaust that doesn't have a lot of pull on each individual cylinder. So at that point, you need something. You need at least the speed of flow to help fill the chamber.
Yeah.
Now you go to a high overlap cam and you go to an individual tube exhaust header, it becomes a completely different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for a street engine running in street ways, yeah, velocity. Forget about the formula. Say I do not care. There's a difference. I just ranted.
You did a little bit, but it was fair comment. It was pretty good.
I think it hit me in a personal way, and I don't know.
Jeff Hutchins likes the digital dash. Good on you, Jeff. So that's 1 against everybody, or 2 against everybody, but that's all right. Joe K, I will go out on a limb and guess that Tony also does not like the heads-up display on the modern cars.
I don't drive modern cars. The newest thing I drive is my XJs.
Have you driven with a car with a heads-up display?
I've driven, I don't like any of it.
No, fair enough.
I don't like any of it.
I really like the heads-up display. I think it's great because the information is just right there. You don't have to look down.
Yeah,
I like it.
I just don't like the feel of it. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, well, you don't have to justify it. You either like it or you don't, and it's not right and it's not wrong. It's what you like.
The thing is, I don't have a technical reason for not liking it. I have a vibrational reason for not liking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
Like this feels right.
Yeah, you got to do you, don't you? As they say. The government needs a cigar-smoking warlord like Tony.
I don't smoke cigars, but I would if they would make me warlord. I'm down with that. Now, why am I smoking on your phone, but I wasn't smoking on my phone? That was weird.
Oh, there's a difference in the two phones.
There's a big delay between the two phones.
You're faster and smarter than me. That's why yours comes up.
So for you guys, and smarter. You guys who are wondering what's happening here,
we're looking at
about 20 minutes ago. Kiwi hit a button. I don't know what he did. He fat fingered a button, and it completely foobarred our thing here. So now we're working this off our phones. So we have our phones laid up against the computer or the laptop, and the camera on the laptop is filming us. And so now we've got 3 different versions. There's what you're seeing, what I'm seeing, what he's seeing. We're all different.
It's pretty confusing. I'm getting a headache already. I know
that. I got another commercial.
Well, okay, we'll go back to the Chris Cadman, Kiwi. Why does my dog look me straight in the eye as she farts? Well, welcome.
She loves you.
Again, Tech Wednesday. That's definitely a tech question, isn't it? Why does the dog? Because she loves him.
That would be my answer.
Okay.
Dogs love you. And if she's looking at you when she farts, it's her way of saying, I love you. I mean, how could it be any other way? I'm going to skip this ad.
Tony for president, okay. Kiwi for vice president.
There we are.
Yeah, that would be an interesting state of affairs, wouldn't it?
I would rather be a warlord.
So you don't have to answer to the vice president. Thomas Deere, what was the purpose of the Chrysler letter cars?
The letters were just a distinction. So you had the regular 300, and then you had the letter 300, and the letter was just a designate. Okay, so originally, like the A, B, C cars, they were the same. In other words, like they only came in one package, and it just kind of like designated the series of it. But then when you got to the later letter cars, the standard engine would be like a 413 with a 4-barrel, and then they had the letter engine, and those are usually the cross ram, the long ram, and that was up until 1964. The 300K, yeah, 63 was a J, 64 was the last year for the long ram, so it'd be a K. So basically, if you don't see a letter, it's a 4-barrel. If you see a letter, it's a dual quad.
So Richard Stammer is saying, Kiwi, would a C5 tranny be a good replacement for a 56 Ford sedan with a 300 inline 6? A C5?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, I haven't heard of a C5 either. Maybe a C4. If you're meaning a C6, that's too big a transmission for the 6-cylinder.
He might be thinking an FMX.
Yeah, okay.
Neither a C4 nor a C6
would
be an FMX.
Could be, yeah. I don't know, but I'm not sure what transmission you're asking me about. But C4 yes, C6 no, FMX no. I'd go with the C4.
We have completely different chat going on.
Oh, mine's. I got a blue button.
Mine just
Juice
freezes.
Box, $2 super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Danny Boyd, C5 Ford will get you a lock-up torque converter, but performance stuff you should use a C4. So there is a C5 transmission. Okay, well I learned something tonight.
AOD is a C5.
Huh.
That's news to me. I always thought an AOD was an AOD.
AOD is a C5. It was in the 80s. C5 is basically a C4 with a lock-up converter. Okay.
I'll go with that.
All right. Jeff Hutchins, Tony, it's always Kiwi's fault.
It is. It is.
Well, this why he brings me in. You get someone to blame, you see.
Yeah. Oh, I do have sociopathic tendencies. So naturally, I have to pass it off on you.
Well, it seems like everybody on the chat knows about the C5.
Well, maybe they should be doing these shows and not us.
Well, maybe. Yeah. We just need to actually go back and do a bit of homework, I think.
I think we need to go find that Mustang and rip the gauges out of it. We have to do something primitive at this point. Let's get the gauges.
A fall guy, Nick Brady. Yeah, a fall guy, exactly.
Okay. Yours is moving really strong, and mine just stays there.
Yeah, well, we talking about the super chat? Are we talking about
no,
the chat
anything.
Now?
There's my chat is dead.
Yeah, well.
Oh wait, maybe because it's set on top chat. I think it needs to be set on all chat. Okay, hang on.
Strangest sound.
Live chat.
Kiwi scapegoat and blame assignments. There you go. That's a new name for me.
Now we got it.
Oh,
okay.
Tony's all
let's
top
freak
of the
people
world
out. Let's show them. Okay. So this is really going to be. So there. Okay, hang on. Look at the delay. Look how much of a delay there is. I can't even tell if I'm showing them. No, okay, I gotta move it down. Look at this. I can't even do that. Now, yeah, all right, I give up. All right, that's. Yeah, look how many.
What? Who?
Did you see how many windows were open? All right, wait. I'll do this again. And ready?
It's all.
Oh yeah. Look, they keep opening up.
Oh my god. Small thing to me, small minds.
Okay, now that just showed the future.
Coming to you live on a Wednesday, time travel by UTG.
All right.
Tony, buy a new phone, man.
What's the matter with this one? It's only a little broken.
It's only a little bit. You can't get them fixed, you know.
And it's much bigger than Kiwi's.
It is bigger, but yeah.
Let's see. He was going
infinite Tony and Kiwi. Yeah, it was there for briefly. That's a horrible thought, isn't it?
Yep. Danny Boyd saying we're tearing the threads out of time and space. Exactly.
Yeah.
Chris Cadman, flip phones rule. Dude, if I didn't do this stuff, I would probably have a flip phone.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Mike N says, I'm telling you, you open up that singularity to hell, it's going to be bad news. I swear, I think I saw the future when we were doing this because I was watching on. Never mind.
Dean Stevenson, a terrible thing has happened. The toilet is blocked. Yep. Okay.
Uncle Bandis, hey, check out the Mercedes T80. It was a top speed car from the 30s, 300 miles an hour, 3,000 horsepower direct connection. I never heard of that one.
3,000 horsepower.
I mean, it's possible. 300 miles an hour. I'm going to check that out. Only I can't do it now on my phone because I'm doing this live off my phone now. Look how low my views have gotten, Kiwi.
What?
Well, we're on the analytics page.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's low?
Well, look, your channel usually gets 1,589,000 to 2,009,000 views, and we've only had 1,371 views in the last 28 days.
Wow, you're slipping, brother. You're slipping.
Bro, I'm crashing and burning. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
There's not going to be any. Going to be a lean Christmas at UTG this month, huh?
Okay.
No cigars.
All right. No cigars.
Tony, do you know if anyone ever converted a Slant 6 to fuel injection? It's probably being done.
Many people. Many people.
There you go.
Actually, Shane Polito, who coincidentally is doing a live right now on Slant Daily Garage. I know he has an electronic fuel injected slant.
Mad Ant 250, hey there.
Uh,
Joe K. Tony, do you consider the car still maintains its personality even when you swap to a different engine?
it becomes a different car with a different personality.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
2.0.
yeah, I mean, imagine you could take a car that has a personality you find disagreeable with and put an engine in that you find agreeable with and change the whole character of the car. As long as you keep those digital gauges out.
Like gender fluid kind of.
You would know about that stuff. Mr. Alternative Lifestyle. They're doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the raft.
The blue button's got me again.
Actually, I don't need the blue button. I'm far advanced.
You're just too good. Flip phones unite. Let's get the numbers up.
Let's see. Times are hard. I may have to drive a Ford. I've driven Fords. I've owned Fords. I don't talk about them because, I have class. But I've owned and driven many Fords. I actually became famous with a Ford, but I don't talk about that because
you became famous with a Ford?
With a 5-liter, with the Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that about me, do you?
No, I don't.
You don't know about my past as an automotive journalist, a hotshot automotive journalist.
I knew you were a hotshot automotive journalist.
Yes.
And what did you do with the 5.0?
I was the first person to put a 5.0 in the 13s.
Okay.
Yes, I was the first. I had the quickest and fastest stock 5.0 on Earth in 1987. I had faster than the IHR pure stock record by a half a second.
Wow.
1343 and 101 miles an hour. I was right on top of the heap. I beat Mean Mr. Mustang, which was Steve Collison's car, which was a factory-backed car.
Wow.
Okay, actually, Steve got this car for $1 from Ford and then had all of the SVO stuff, everything Ford made, Steve got.
Wow.
And I still smoked them with my car.
Nice.
Yep. But that's a whole nother. But I also went faster than he did in his own car, too. we were frenemies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Right? And I kept beating him. You know what I mean? And he made a pass. And he came back, right? I saw him in the pits, and I was like, why don't you try shifting 500 RPM lower? Because I found with those 5-liter Mustangs, you make your first and second shift. So I had a 308 gear. You make your first and second shift at 5,500, your second and third shift at 5,000, and then you hit fourth gear at 4,500 just before the lights. And that's how I ended up. I'm 1343s with that. So I thought he was winding the motor a little too hard, and I said, why don't you try short shifting the thing 500 RPM the second? And he was like, why don't you drive it, hotshot? So I got in his car, and I out-ET'd him in his own car.
No, but that didn't make him happy.
I also broke my thumb in the process, but that's another story.
Where were you trying to stick the thumb?
I was so determined to beat this guy at his own, and don't get me wrong, I love Steve and I. Afterwards, we became tight friends, and I actually got completely out of the magazine business when he died because it was like, okay, this is the only normal good human I can deal with in the magazine industry, and with him dead, I'm done. So, but I was so determined to show him up in his own car. I had a long shifter in mind,
right?
The stock long shifter.
Yep.
He had the little short shifter.
Mm-hmm.
So when I blasted third gear with the thing, I overshot, and as I overshot, I pulled my thumb out. So I came off the shifter and went like this, and it broke my thumb. Ooh. So I made. Okay, I'm not bragging, but not only did I beat him in his own car, not only did I break my thumb in the process of beating him in his own car, but I made a trip with 2 wheels in the grass. I got 2 because before the guardrails were right on the other ends of the track.
Right.
I out-ET'd him and had 2 wheels in the grass at one point. Because when I broke my thumb, I was like, oh, shit. You had to be there.
What do we got? Ford owners recommend Dodge.
That's
really?
right.
Mm. Tony Kiwi, what do you think of those Ford Merkur XR4 TIs? Steve Maggs did a video on them, and I see one in person running around sometimes. They were fast cars, man. They were making some big horsepower numbers out of those things.
I know nothing about them.
They were a 2.3. I think they were single overhead cam.
Well, it was the same motor they had in the
engine.
turbo coupe.
Yeah, and
But that's all I know about them.
yeah, so they would handle a lot of boost. And yeah, they were showing up a lot of V8s. But I mean, look at the four-cylinder Mustang today. That's they're running in the tens, aren't they? I believe the four-cylinder Mustangs now.
Oh, probably. I don't know. I don't pay attention anymore.
Yeah, they're just 600 horsepower, like out of 2.3 liters. It's and hooking up right, and they don't weigh a lot. They fly.
Mike Batista, I used to hate Fords, but the Fox Body Mustangs are fun. They were fun. It really was. And I was an idiot. Because at that point, I was upset. I had already started working on nitro cars, and I was obsessed that was the direction that I wanted to go in. And so I unplugged from everything that was fun. I did the nitro thing, which in hindsight was just stupid. Just a really dumb thing to do. I should have stuck with the whole Mustang thing and followed the evolution to where it is today, the no prep stuff. But I didn't.
Dead Dodge Garage, the Merkur is awesome. Basically an English Escort RS underneath, I believe. The engine is different. The Escort RS had a Cosworth built 4-valve per cylinder, twin overhead cam engine. I'm pretty sure those Merkurs, might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure they were a single overhead cam. But
well, if it was the turbo coupe motor, it was the old Pinto motor.
Yeah, which was a single overhead cam, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that's what they were. We didn't see a lot of them down in New Zealand, of course, but I remember one being imported as a race car.
Those were solid motors.
No, yeah.
They were really good motors. Let's see. Uncle Tony, 3D chest generating ad revenue. Okay, Mexican Spec is saying in the U.S. they only had the turbo 2.3 Pinto engine.
Right.
Which that's the one that ended up in the Ranger. And Uncle Kathy had one of those. Drove for a couple of years, a 4-cylinder 5-speed Ranger, and that thing just lived. I abused the piss out of that. It never was off the floor because it had no power, so it was always revving. And good motors, really good motors. Stray Bullet, we would have embraced Tony in the Mustang world. It's really too bad. I had a lot of fun with it. Google Tony DeFeo, Cars Illustrated Mustang, and see what pops up. You'll be surprised what pops up. Let's see. Cosworth engines were totally different, night and day difference for stock Ford.
Oh yeah, they were. Cosworth, they were very clever engineers, the Cosworth guys. Well, they built one of the winningest Formula One engines, with the Cosworth Ford V8.
My first experience
was an incredible engine.
My first experience with EFI was the Cosworth Vega.
Oh yeah,
and that had this system that later became the standard. Like it was like a prototype thing. It was so the Cosworth Vega was 1975, I think it was. It was 74, 75, and that's the same system that they used once when they switched the normal cars over to EFI.
Right.
That it was the same system.
Okay.
But very interesting shit. And Fubar just put up the link to my merch again. Thank you so much, Fubar.
Into my channel. Thank you, Fubar.
Yes, and you need to go over there and sub to Kiwi, even though he doesn't love you enough to offer merch or to even think about getting off his ass and creating merch. But that's okay. Go over there and sub to him anyway. Let's see. Come on, your turn, man.
My turn?
Your turn.
every Cosworth engine is like artwork in motion. Justin Billington, yeah, you're absolutely right. The Ford BDA engines, well, Cosworth, BDGs, they were all just music to listen to.
Dean Stevenson wants to know, how about an analog dash conversion kit? That would be cool. See, I could support that. Where you take the digital dashes out of these cars and you replace it with
analog.
That would be badass, bro. That would be badass.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Ever heard of the Munch Mammoth, a German motorcycle with a Ford Cosworth 2-litre? Nope, never heard of that.
Was it mounted inline or transverse? Because that could be a real torque thing. You know, if you mount it inline. Yeah. Imagine cutting the throttle on that in the middle of a turn and having all that torque reverse itself.
Those BMW motorbikes with the horizontally opposed engines, they suffer from that, don't they? That torquing over.
Yeah, well, they made an inline 3 that had a thing with torquing over.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the details. I'm not really into BMW bikes.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, it's funny. It's funny. Right before I left here, okay, so I was flipping through the TV, killing time, you know, because I want to be ready for you, you know, and there was a thing on futuristic motorcycles. Okay, it was a top 10 futuristic motorcycles. It was a video, and they showed this. The first one that they showed was this BMW. Okay, that was like, oh, crazy futuristic, like just like crazy. Everything was like, you know, futuristic. Okay, and then they showed the building, the BMW building.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy, over the top futuristic with all of these futuristic things. And I turned to Kat and I says, Kat, these people need to be put to sleep. And I don't mean that in a mean way.
It doesn't sound mean.
I don't mean that in a bad way. You know, I don't think they should be killed, but I think these people need to be put to sleep. She disagreed with me.
Distinction without a difference.
She's like a bleeding heart. I shouldn't have even gone.
Cue the ramble.
Have you never come across something that's just so over the top and out there and, like, you know, just weird?
Oh, yeah.
That you say these people need to be put to sleep.
I haven't. No, I mean, the over the top and weird. Yes, I've never really had the urge to put them to sleep. No, but yeah,
that's different than killing them. I never.
How?
It's different. It's just different.
Okay.
Euthanasia is different than killing people. Am I wrong?
Marginal. Dean Stevenson, Kiwis. What on earth is that, Dean? What electronic display replacement uses Swiss movement and Zorba the Greek reduced instruction architecture? Dean, what the heck have you been smoking, brother?
Sure.
Can you let us know in the comments? Because I'd like to get.
Dean's an interesting character. He really is. He comes up with some stuff. Shoehorn Jackson. Tony, have you heard of H.B. Halaki or Tony Upchuck? Oh, geez. Yeah, do I have any stories about them? Yeah, those for the day, right? I know the Braun brothers and Phil Diorda, and yeah, I know.
One for the road. Any issue running an open phenolic spacer on a dual plane intake? Like, will it collect fuel on the center, etc.? No. Hot Rod Monza ran purple hornies. Okay.
Yeah, I love purple hornies. I got to sit against the wall over there.
I've just got to respond to that quick text. Sorry, guys.
Oh, what's that? A text?
Yeah, from Mrs. Kiwi.
Oh, what's she want? Share with everybody.
No.
Again, hold your phone.
You got told, like I just mentally step away and Tony's lost.
Hold Hold your phone up to the camera. Travel into the future and see what YT content violation says about the putting people to sleep.
What? Okay, hang on. I got to get back to this. Hold your phone up to the camera. Travel in the future and see what the YT.
I don't belong in public. I honestly, I don't know how I got.
Mike M, that's pretty funny. Well done. Well done. You might have a job here if you're not careful. Uncle Tony's Garage. What movies do you like? Christine, Gone in 67, Smoke, Gone in 67.
Now Kathy's calling me, so you have to maintain that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Jay Weiss. Well, I like
Hello?
all of those movies actually.
Yes.
The original Gone in 60 Seconds, maybe not the newer one.
What am I talking about?
I think he's getting told off.
About the BMW thing? I shouldn't say stuff like that, right?
Yeah, he's getting told off.
Kathy's straightening me out. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Kathy.
We'll probably have to take it. I don't care. I'll tell you what. Even YouTube community standards and all of that, they would make an exception for those BMW people. I guarantee it. Yes, just send them the clip that we saw, and then say, "Okay, we get it." Fine. I gotta go. Bye. I'm live.
He's dying.
Yes, dear.
Oh, dear. It's always bad when we get the yes, dear comment. You're a very funny lady, Kathy. I have to say, I haven't heard him laugh like this for a long time. What the hell? No, Tony wouldn't like the end of Vanishing Point because that car does definitely die. You saw Vanishing Point? Everybody
7,000 times I saw Vanishing Point.
So you know it quite well. Yeah.
And it's a Camaro at the end.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a Camaro with silver spray painted wheels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One for the road. Actually, a Camaro dies. Franco 2K, hey buddy.
Franco, what's happening, brother man? Ken Kirkpatrick, you need to go back to your roots. Start a video by screaming, roll up your windows, and then throw a carburetor.
What is that about? Oh, God, here we go again. Knock, knock, FBI. Oh,
the roll up your windows thing, we did that one video.
Oh, yeah.
We did that one video. And it stuck. I don't know why. People, they've hung on to it now for, almost 5 years. So Scotty Kilmer, you know who Scotty Kilmer is, right?
No.
Okay, he's an automotive YouTuber.
Okay.
So he starts all of his videos. It was like we were trying to find a gimmick. You know what I mean? Like we need a catchphrase. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So Scotty Kilmer starts all of his videos with "Rev up your engines."
Right.
Right. So I wanted to come up with something that was similar, but not copying. Obviously, I don't want to copy Scotty Kilmer. So I says, rev up your engines, roll up your windows. It sounds very similar, right?
Sense. Yes.
Yeah. But we never actually went. Another damn commercial. Oh, okay, we're back. Well, I caught a commercial out of the corner of my eye.
Huh?
I got paid for that.
So you're buying lunch tomorrow?
I'm making extra money.
Yeah,
if you want. I'm done with that.
No, yeah.
I'm making extra money by doing this live off my phone because the ads come over my phone, so I'm getting paid for the view. I'm helping my own algorithm and income by.
Well,
I need to send myself a super chat.
Yeah, that's a surefire way to make money.
So yeah, it was roll up your windows. Roll up your windows! And it caught on. People love that. And then here we are 5 years later, and they're still using it. And I think that video was the world's fastest. I was going for the world's fastest U-joint swap.
World's fastest U-joint swap.
Yeah, I changed out a U-joint in like 45 seconds.
Good grief, really? Wow.
Nathan McCree, Tony, are you going to race Andy again? I wanted to. The car's been sitting here ever since, like untouched from the last race. So that car hasn't moved. I haven't even started it really since April, because I wanted to do a rematch with that engine and that combination, and we just never got together on it. So, but yeah, I want to. I'd love to. Okay. Your turn.
My turn?
Your turn. Yeah.
Okay. Game Freak. Travis Moore. Heaven help me, I get one. It's getting on the channel if I have to crash it into the shop after driving down from New York. Okay. That'll make a hit on YouTube. Drive it into your shop. Yep. Tony's learned how to print free money. Step 1 in the government takeover. Oh Lord.
I would like to be a warlord, just a regular government warlord. I think I'll start with the dog club.
Yeah, well,
the Murfreesboro Obedience Training Club or something like whatever it's. I'm trying to join this thing. I don't even know what it's called, but I do want to be the warlord. Kathy's going to be calling me any second now. Stop telling people you want to be the warlord.
Raining Slant 6, same ending, or that Camaro ending, the same as in Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry. Movie car got crushed by a locomotive. I remember seeing that movie when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that was cool, and she was pretty hot too.
That was the worst part. You can't. It's like, why'd you have to smoke the cute girl?
Yeah.
See, mine froze again.
Olam Drab, Boston destroyed U-joints a lot in those days. You'd find parts of them in the street. Oh wow, really? Would the salt get into them? Into the U-joints in Boston?
Probably.
Yeah.
You didn't have salt in.
Not in New Zealand, no.
What'd you do when it froze?
It doesn't.
Really?
A little bit down the very bottom of the South Island, you get a little bit of ice and snow, but really it's not much. It's not very extreme climate. Pretty mild. Danny Boyd, Tony, we're demonetized. Oh no.
It'll happen eventually. I could do DoorDash. They make good money.
Well, yeah.
That's what we should do, bro. Let's
DoorDash?
Yeah, let's put this whole automotive thing behind us, right? And we'll team up and become like the DoorDash kings.
What I always want to do is like, just for a night, is like do Uber, but like in my Mustang. Rock up in the 750 horsepower Mustang,
dude,
to pick up an Uber, like and just making all the noise and tire smoking and like.
When I was doing Cars Illustrated magazine,
mm-hmm.
we had my buddy Neil, who used to do the magazine with me, had a friend that owned a pizzeria.
Right.
We would help out by delivering pizzas for him.
Right.
So I used my Mustang. I delivered pizza in a Corvette that had dealer plates on it, manufacturer plates on it. Did we do the T-type? I think we might have delivered pizza in the T-type.
Right.
But yeah, we've done it. We've done it.
But I imagine turning up for an Uber in Slaghammer.
We could do that.
That'd be awesome.
We could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the look on people's faces with little Uber light in the windshield. What? That would just blow people's mind. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so there you go. Danny Boyd, he delivered pizza in a Mustang 5.0 Fox body.
Well, the Mustang I owned, so it was really nothing like really exceptional cool about that. But I definitely did it with the Vet, and the Vet had manufacturer plates on it. So it was like, top that. You know what I mean? Top that one.
Yeah, Nicholas Agnew, yeah, you're right. Uber does require 4 doors. They don't care how much horsepower you got, but 4 doors is a must, which not too many 4-door Mustangs around, thankfully.
But the VIN tag on Slaghammer calls it a 4-door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was originally a 4-door.
Yeah, but if the Uber people count the doors, that's going to be an issue, isn't it?
Yeah, but not legally.
Legally?
Not legally. Legally, the car's a 4-door.
Or just call the trunk and the.
We could sue them.
There you go. Then we could just retire.
Yeah, discrimination. You know. And then you tell me I identify as having 4 doors.
Barracuda. New Zealand has this awesome government now. Have they actually made up their mind and put a government in now, Barracuda? Like, I just kind of stopped paying attention when it was like a month had gone by and they still couldn't figure out who won the election.
My chat is frozen again.
One for the road. When Tony stopped delivering with the Corvette, it coincided with Domino's dropping the 30-minute guarantee. Mexican speak. I had a four-door Thunderbird back in. I had a '67 four-door Thunderbird. That was the first year they made them in a four-door. I had the suicide doors. We call them suicide doors, or like
front opening doors.
Yeah.
I wonder why they call them that.
Suicide. I don't know. Don't know why they call them. It's not like they're easier to jump out of. With
Why do they call
opening.
Well, we have 350 people here. Why do they call them suicide doors when they open in the front? I never knew that. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, that's a good question. Suicide for the people. If you open it up as you're driving past a pedestrian, I guess it's suicide for the pedestrian.
Well, that's called murder.
Well, yeah. No, that's putting them to sleep.
Yeah. All right, completely different thing.
Completely different. One for the road. I think it's because if the vehicle keeps rolling. Okay.
Danny Boyd says it's because you're even more dead when you jump out. Only we don't want you're more asleep when you jump out.
Okay, yes, Kiwi, but it was a Mexico only thing in '85 and '86. Good Lord.
Adam Wing, because they would open while moving and would rip the door. Well, see, that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, okay. It would tear it off, wouldn't it?
Wow, you really think about it, right? You just hold your hand out the window at like 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour. Yeah. Could you imagine the surface area of the whole door?
Yeah, like putting a sail out.
Yeah. Chris Freemason, because suicide door sounds cooler than forward opening door. Yes. Here in Tennessee, we have what they call suicide lanes. Look, it's Buff Del Campo.
Buff Del Campo.
The original Buff Del Campo.
How you doing, man?
Fall out, it will rip you out of the car.
If you're holding the door. Yeah, it would. Okay, that all makes sense now.
Buff, that would make a great video. You should do that. Let's take the doors on one of your car and mount it the opposite way, and we can demonstrate that. That would go viral, bro. Yeah, Dust Devil, euthanasia doors. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that all makes sense.
Kiwi, what year Mustang is your favorite? I'd have to say the '69.
Yeah.
The '69, followed closely by the '67. Yeah, that.
See, I don't like the '67. I like the '64 to '66.
Right.
67. It looks like they made changes just to make changes.
Right.
Then the '69 though, the '69
that's a new shape.
Yeah. It's just beautiful. Yeah. That's one of those cars with Ford Stylus hit it right out of mark. That you like the second generation Charger and that generation Mustang.
Yeah, I could never figure out why in the '70 they did away with the side scoop. I thought that was just a design perfection was that little side scoop in the '69, and then they deleted it in '70.
Yeah,
typically they add, as the year models go on, they add shit to it.
Right.
They added an extra this and an extra that. But that they just smoothed up the side and took the scoop away, and it's like, I guess it made it cheaper to produce.
Dude, it's crazy that we agree on something.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Yeah. But neither the '69 or '70 had digital dashes, so there we go.
So I was trying to read a comment that we just.
Blew. What? Bill how do you say that? McKeiska. I believe the term suicide doors actually comes from the '30s and the mobsters when they opened the door to get out and face the police revenue as they had no cover. I could be wrong though. Okay, that's a new take on it.
Bill, that's wow.
Okay.
That would make sense. Yeah, if you open the door, you have no cover.
Yeah, you just shoot me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If the door's open the other way, you get the seat as cover, which isn't going to maybe stoppable, but it's definitely slow it down so it's not as lethal.
At 0. Oh, you are there. You're going to take off early.
Zero is
reaching,
always
folks.
here.
Yeah.
Zero, even when he's not here. Zero could be in a completely different place, a different dimension, a different time, space, and dimension, but he's still here. Zero is everywhere.
Tony, do you recommend the D100 front suspension for hot rod applications?
The one that's here in Slaghammer? Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's big. You know what I mean? Like, okay, maybe it fit better in a B body. Yeah, it would fit better in a B body.
It's a very wide beam, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it would just barely, if you stuck that in a B body, it would just barely. I mean, you need the right offset wheel on it.
Yeah.
It's a heavy front end, but man, he drives nice.
Yeah, those suicide doors sure didn't protect Bonnie and Clyde. No.
Driving that D100 front end, driving that thing. I said it the last time we took the car over to what track is it over here? US 43 Etheridge, and the track is very nice. It's wide, it's flat, it's smooth, and that car handles so nicely. It's like sitting at home watching a video through the windshield of somebody going down the track. It steers and handles that nicely.
Dust Devil, thank you for this. Thank you for this question, bud. We're going to throw this one to Tony and see if he knows.
I'm ready.
What is the metric unit for tire pressure?
kph.
Close. kPa.
kPa.
Kilopascals.
The fuck is that?
Kilopascals. That's how you measure pressure. kph is kilometers per hour. That's a speed reading.
Okay.
Yeah. kPa is kilopascals. Kilopascals, yeah.
I've never in my life heard that term.
There you go. So you learn something every Wednesday night.
So what is the equivalent of, let's say, 10 PSI?
Mate, I'd have to look that up to figure that out. I don't know what the crossover is.
Well, okay, so typically a tire gets inflated. Typical radial passenger car tire gets inflated to between 28 and 32 pounds.
Right.
PSI. So what would the typical inflation rate be?
I honestly don't know. You got me there. I don't know.
You didn't inflate tires when you lived in the old country?
I did, but we always did it to PSI. Even though the country was metric, is metric, that particular metric measurement took forever to catch on. And it was the same with we were metric from New Zealand turned metric back in like about 1968, I think, 69.
Okay.
But they still ran in miles per gallon. For decades after that, it was still how many miles per gallon. Now finally people, in the last maybe 10 years, people start talking in terms of how many liters. The distance measurement per unit of fuel is now how many liters per 100 kilometers. Like how many liters of fuel does it take to drive 100 kilometers?
Yes, I don't think that'll ever change here. It's so ingrained.
Oh, well, I mean, most people don't even know what a kilometer is.
I have no idea it's like a mile. It's
less than a mile. There's 1.6 kilometers in a mile.
Okay, I was going to say 1.3.
Yeah, 1.6.
Okay, so but I thought it was longer than a mile, and you're saying it's shorter than a mile.
Yeah, kilometer is shorter than miles.
Yeah, miles.
Like 100 kilometers an hour is like 60 miles per hour.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I've many cars that had both. And
yeah. So, but it took a long time for that miles per gallon to go away.
Hit
my blue button.
Yeah.
Hit the blue button. We're still here, so that's a good thing. 100k here. Oh, around 200. Okay. M Parent 1985 answered around 200 kPa. That's how much you blow up a tire to. Your average tire, 200 kPa.
Okay.
I think that's what he's saying. 2.5 centimeters to an inch, approximately. Yep. Metric is only good for measurements under a meter. 100 what's that? Oh, 1.145 psi equals 1 kilopascal kPa.
So now, if you don't use them, how did you know that?
What? How do I know
really
the KPA
obscure, yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's one of those things that crept into your head and stayed there.
I just know.
It's like a little parasite of information.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few metric values that I didn't have. I do now, 0.145 psi to a kPa, but I didn't have that in my brain. 100 k's is 62 mile an hour to be exact. Yeah, they typically, they'll on performance specs, they'll measure 0 to 100 k's or 0 to 60 mile an hour. They don't, like 100 k's is not quite, is a little bit over, but.
Okay, so Buff says, how many pounds is a stone?
There are, I think it's 16 pounds in a stone.
Okay.
If I'm not that's I'm having to stretch the memory back a long way then. Uncle Banders, I measure my tire pressure in 31 stone to 24 grains of sand. Oh, I think you're making that up. Now, come on. How many stones in a pound? No, it's pounds in a stone. Yeah.
Oh.
Get the mechanic to do it. That's probably the best way. Newton meters is torque. Yep. Newton meters is the metric measurement for torque.
That I know.
And what's the other one? The measurement for horsepower is. God, I've gone blank. I can't remember what it is. You guys, who remembers on here?
Okay, how many horsepower is a horse?
I don't know. A horse? One?
Yeah. 5.7.
So one horse makes 5.7
One
horsepower.
horse makes 5.7 horsepower.
Who the heck worked that out?
I just saw a video. Donut Media did a thing where they actually put a horse on a dyno. Okay. Well, okay, it was a contraption. They had a car on a dyno and it had the horse rotate the wheel.
Right.
And so they were able to calculate measurements based on the speed that the horse was able to pull the wheel, rotate the wheel on the dyno, and it came to 5.7 horsepower.
So what sort of horse was it?
A fucking horse, man. It's like Mr. Ed, but it didn't talk.
There was a great story this is going back to rally days again, when Audi and Lancia were battling. They were the two top big players in the rallying. And Lancia would often brag about their horsepower, how much horsepower the Lancia's made compared to the Audi. And the head guy, like the team boss from Audi, said, well, yes, Lancia does make whatever 400 horsepower or whatever it was. And he said, but our cars, our horsepower, they're solid German horses, not prancing ponies.
Nice. I like that. Not prancing ponies.
So, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I'm not sure what Lancia thought of that, but yeah, I'm sure they weren't impressed.
Hit blue button.
Hit the blue button. How does it always keep coming on, that blue button?
Mine froze hours ago. It's just it hasn't moved. Danny Boyd's comment about revving up your engines is the last thing
Chris
I got.
Cadman. I had a horse that just liked to sleep. Well, yeah. The horse, of course. Good Lord. 14 pounds in a stone, 16 ounces in a pound. Okay, I wasn't far off. Yeah. Yeah, but this is the weird thing with that old style measurements. They're like 40. You'd think if there was 16 ounces in a pound, there'd be 16 pounds in a stone. It's like the next. Yeah. But no.
Well, according to Pat, modern horses don't work as hard as they did 140 years ago.
That's true. If it's anything like people, yeah.
They could have blood doped the horse. Yeah, they could have pumped this thing full of meth and said, let her rip, man. And yeah, you can get some serious horsepower.
Gene Stevenson, yeah, just a little fountain of information, Mr. Stevenson. James Watt used route mean squared dependable daily horsepower of a pit pony. Okay.
Thank you, Dean. I'm gonna meditate on that.
We'll file that one away in the memory banks. Never to be seen again.
Let me see what unionizing horses did.
Hey Kiwi, does Tony know it was a Kiwi that did the first powered flight? Yeah, there is some discussion over that, isn't there? So who was?
You had somebody before the Wright brothers?
That's what Barracuda's saying. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it escapes me. There's the story behind that, and I can't remember what it is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Uncle Ben is back in the Super touring car days. Audi got hit with a weight penalty due to the dominating field undefeated. They ended up putting in 95 kilos of German sausages in the back seat to comply. True story, really? I remember I was reading a book that was about the 24 Hours of Spa, and they did.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a big 24-hour motor race.
Well, I know 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yeah,
But I don't know
there's a
anything
Spa one as well.
Okay.
It was either Le Mans or Spa. I can't quite remember now. But it was a 24-hour race. They were going through the night. It was back in the days when the Volvo station wagons were racing.
Okay.
And anyway, the Volvo team came. The car came in for a pit stop. There was an issue with it. The mechanic jumped in through the back door to address whatever the issue was, and someone said, "Go, go, go." And the car left the pits. The mechanic's in the back still, pitch black. They've just got their little wee headlights going. And anyway, apparently, like every time he hooked a gear, the mechanic just went backwards. And it wasn't until he was in fifth gear on the straight that the mechanic managed to pull himself forward and tap him on the shoulder.
I don't know he was back there.
Well, he apparently literally just about shit himself. You imagine that? Fifth gear down the back straight, like 100 and whatever mile an hour. It really would give you a heart attack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would get your attention.
Holy shit. I don't know whether
That's
it's
different than I hear a noise.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a true story or not, but I mean, I read it in a book. So
I think I hear a noise.
Yeah. Imagine that. Wow, I'm just tapping you on the shoulder then.
Yeah, see, the delay is like it's like
dramatic.
It's because they're seeing something that we're seeing, like three different things. Hit the blue button. Oh, dude, we're at the 2 hour
out of time. You were. Oh well, I guess I was a little late.
Yeah, you still have to do another like 4 minutes. Let's see. Monk from Philly, a horsepower increases 50 foot-pounds second right after it takes a shit. Yes. John M says once you visit dark web, everything is delayed.
Kiwi's on the clock. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Let's start wrapping it up because I got stuff to do. I was supposed to Kathy put decorations on the Christmas tree.
Really?
How
I was Christmas tree shopping at the weekend.
Badass mechanic. I got to decorate the tree.
The decorations are a bit too technical. Where does this go?
I told her to help her. Okay. Sure. Is Tony DB Cooper? No.
Tony, sell those bitcoins Kiwi made you buy from the dark web. Yeah, he didn't realize I actually signed him up for like 1,000.
You did something there, bro. There was stuff going on I have never seen on any computer before. So yeah. All right. So listen, guys.
All right. Thank you.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Watching.
Yes, and make sure that you go over and subscribe to Kiwi. What the fuck is the name of your channel again?
Kiwi Classics and Customs.
That's it. Go subscribe to that thing. He won't have merch for you, but you can go search for it anyway.
It's gonna be a party when I do though.
Nobody's going to care anymore. You've already lost the momentum. You've already lost the will of the people to show their love by buying your merch. They're all like, he doesn't want our love. You know what I mean? He's rejected our love.
Oh, you're making me feel really
But
bad.
we have merch, and Fubar always puts up the link to our merch. And Mexican Spec was first. This is our second live. He's a mod now.
He's a moderator now.
Yeah. And when you start doing lives, he'll moderate for you.
Yeah, well, thanks.
So,
Kiwi Customs and socks.
Socks. Yes. All right. So that's it. I don't have anything to talk about really. Do you have anything to talk about? Any interesting, crazy, good videos coming up?
For me, I've got a few coming up. I did just before my surgery a couple of weeks back. We went out to California and did some little desert racing type stuff in those ATVs.
Oh, really?
The UTVs, I think they call them.
Okay.
Can-Am things. I've got a video on those things and thrashing through the desert and drinking beer and.
My brother Ralph bought one of these, a Polaris Razor.
Yeah, Razors. Yeah.
Oh, is that what you had?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna race him with the rat bike.
Yeah, I think you're in trouble.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna race with the rat bike.
The Polaris RZR's got like 200 horse.
I know.
And they weigh nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
But I still think over a longer course, a more difficult course, a tighter course, I think I can outdo him with the rat bike.
Okay.
Don't ever
underestimate the UTG.
Yep.
Well, that's a fair comment. But yeah, those razors are pretty tricky pieces of equipment.
Well, my rat bike Honda is pretty
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. I can believe the terrain they would go over. They will fly over rough terrain.
What's designed for that? I know.
Oh, it is, but it's designed very well.
I know. He bought it. He brought it by my house. It was like I don't know, it's like 8 o'clock at night. He brought it by the house and he showed me this thing. He says, "Take it for a ride." So I got in it, and he was like, "So how fast does it go?" He says, "Well, I got to go easy on it because it takes that break-in period for the belt, right?" So I says, "Well, I'm just going to lean into it a little bit." So he's sitting next to me, right? And I lean into it a little bit. This thing rocks, okay? I just hit it and like that. I think it actually pulled the wheels, okay? So we pulled to the next corner, and I told him, I says, "Fuck your belt." I just flat punched this thing. It rips.
Oh yeah,
it rips.
Go good.
But the acceleration falls way up. Like okay, so like 0 to 30 or 40, it has the acceleration rate of like a low 11-second car.
Right.
Okay. But then once you get to that like 40 miles an hour, it starts to like taper off.
Yeah, well, they've got like a CVT transmission with that belt.
Yeah.
So yeah, they good low end.
Oh, it starts off with a vicious lunge. I mean, it's just like wow.
Yeah. But then they're all-wheel drive too.
But then it gets disappointing. The faster you go, the more it tapers off.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I think flat out they'll do about 75 or something like that. They're not super top speed, but they're fun.
Belt.
They're fun.
Stomp it.
Mike, Kathy, it's almost over. You can stop breathing into that paper bag now.
All right.
Poor Kathy. You got a lot to put up with. You really do.
So our mods, Ari, Fubar, Zero, and Mexican Spec. Thank you guys so much. Yes, and the newest addition to our moderator team. Yes. And everybody who joined us tonight, everybody contributed Super Chat. Thank you so much. It pays the bills. Thank you. Everybody contributed just your presence and your conversation. We equally greatly appreciate you. This was a little bit of a weird live because we spent most of our time looking down like this because they're trying to read off our phones because Kiwi decided to
screwed up the computer.
Well, I did not touch the computer. It was your fat finger. All right, and I think that's it, right? I thank the mods. I thank the Super Chat people.
The viewers.
Did I thank the regular viewers?
I don't think you did.
They're
not feeling the love. You're like, that's the end of your
They know I love them. They know I love them. They feel love. They can smell the love from their home. They know. But yeah, everybody contribute just to your presence and your conversation. Thank you so much. We have no idea how much we appreciate you guys.
Roll up your windows.
Roll up your windows. And that's it. Okay, now how do we stop this?
Oh, that's a good question. Turn our phones off, take the batteries out?
No lie. No? I don't know. No, because now you stop and you think about this, right? We're running this off of our phone because we couldn't get back to the live.
The correct screen.
To the correct screen on the computer.
Close your YouTube window on your computer.
I don't think that's going to work.
Something's going to work, or we'll be here all
night.
night.
All right, well, let's watch this. Let's see what happens.